So welcome to this tasting demonstration with Grana Padano. It's the last tasting of the day, the last of the event. It's a special one. Let's make it a special one. Yeah, you guys are lucky to be here. I'm here, Pamela is here, Alessia is here, and we are here with Grana Padano. You guys know Grana Padano? Have you ever heard of Grana Padano? Have you ever tasted Grana Padano before? It's okay if you say no. That's what we're here for. Imagine if everyone knows Grana Padano, next year I'm out of work. So let's just say no, please. No, see, she hasn't tasted. She hasn't tasted.
You really haven't? Okay.
Catch it straight away. So Grana Padano PDO is possibly the biggest PDO cheese, the biggest selling PDO cheese.
Yes.
Pamela, the cheese lady, she's from the Consorzio Grana Padano. She knows everything.
I know facts and figures.
Facts and figures. Should we give them some figures straight away?
So some figures. Last year we produced over 5.1 million wheels. One wheel is about 38 kilos. That's half a wheel. So just double them out.
Can you imagine 5 million wheels? 5 million wheels.
And of those, over 2.2 million were exported. And England is the fifth country in which, yes, the first one's Germany. Over a quarter of all the exports, so of those 2 million, 500,000 goes to Germany.
Wow. Well,
They just love it. I mean, I think they still think that Italy's like a colony of theirs. I mean, they do love the product. So.
Should we let Germany beat us? Come on.
I know, you have to sell a bit more here.
Sell a bit more here. Sorry, a bit biased. So, today we have a nice, what I believe is a nice dish with Grana Padano. It's making a risotto. A risotto with figs. It's a new recipe, by the way, with figs, some balsamic vinegar, lots of Grana Padano cheese, hazelnuts, and a rocket salad sauce on top. Now, before we talk about Grana Padano, I just want to give you a couple of hints about how I make risotto, because I had to start straight away. Otherwise, we're going to be here until tomorrow making risotto. So I toasted the rice. When you make rice, first of all, choose a risotto rice variety if you're making a risotto. Never make risotto with basmati. It will not work. It will be horrible. End up like porridge. So toast the rice first. And I do it a dry toast without onion. You guys haven't made risotto before? It's a familiar dish. So toasting the rice to ensure that the grains stays al dente. Al dente means it retains a little bit of bite. Otherwise, again, you have porridge, which is okay in the morning, but when you want a risotto, you want a risotto. Toast the rice, and then here we have a Grana Padano stock. And I'm going to talk about the Grana Padano stock, what it means. So the cooking time has started. It's about 15 minutes. Now the only thing I'm doing is adding the stock as I go. And this will absorb the stock, mix it every now and then add more stock. Traditionally, every risotto should start with chopped onion. But when I make lots of risotto, like in this case, I have pre-cooked onion. I hope it makes sense. So I'm adding the onion after.
Is it slow cooked or just?
This is a slow cooked onion, and I blend it into a puree. It's an onion puree.
Looks like apple mousse.
So
but that's the consistency.
It's a practical thing to do, especially in restaurants. You know, you have to sweat an onion first and then put the rice.
Chef.
It's a head chef. And what happens is you want the rice to reach a very high temperature, right? And then you burn the onion when you have to be quick. So just pre-cook a whole batch of onion, blend it, and you have it ready in the fridge. Very welcome,
tip,
very welcome. So now we can go back to the cheese. We can go back
and to the rind in there. You want to say the stock.
So this stock, there is some onion, carrot, celery, whatever you have, you can put it into a stock. But also there is the Grana Padano rind. When you get to the rind, what do you do at home if you get to this point and you finish to grate your cheese? It's fine, you can say whatever you want. Sometimes I give it to my dog. He loves it. Whenever
Mine does too.
As long as you don't throw it away, every use is fine. My mom put it into tomato sauce to add flavor, stocks, minestrone, any soups, you name it. She actually take it out, chop it, and put it back in. Because it's edible. And I know lots of cheese, the rind is not edible, but Grana Padano is. So we should think about that. Do not waste it. So a good use, the easiest way is to put it into a stock. Oh, thank you, Pamela. I have another chef here.
Well, I love
Or
making risotto.
you can puff it into a microwave. At this stage, you should say, oh, should we try again? Or you can puff it into the microwave. See? Thanks for the very genuine reaction. Love it. So we have, as it happens, we have a microwave here. It used to work, so let's see if it works. So this is just a piece of rind. Polish it on the outside. Do not wash it, but
And it
polish
has to be very dry, you said.
There's a dish with baking parchment, rind facing up. And we're going to put it maximum power for, let's say, 2 minutes. You guys have the best seats because you can watch it happen. And if you want, you can give live commentary to everybody else. Just, you know, we've been doing this for quite a while, the puff rind, and people used not to believe it. It was done in a microwave. So ever since, I always ask for microwave next to me so I can prove it. I'm not cheating. And these puff rinds, they can keep for 2 weeks, even more, in a airtight container. And they're great on their own, as a crouton if you want. Oh, thank you, Pamela. She's doing a great job.
I love doing risotto, so.
They are super crunchy. Look like honeycomb if you want. You can nibble on it, crumble it on salad, or you can make a fancy canapé if you feel like Alessia is doing. So she just grabbed a few pieces of this with a bit of cream cheese on top, regular cream cheese. We haven't done anything to it. Black pepper and a touch of honey. And some more grated Grana Padano we're going to put on top so that you have more rind after. See where I'm going with this? You can have it. It's a great treat that doesn't require a lot of work. And perhaps you will like it now that you're going to get a taste. How's it going over here? Can you tell me? Is puffing up? That's good. She looks very interested. No, because it's making weird noises. What's happening? Is it going to explode? So while we wait on the rind to be ready, I'm going to check on the risotto.
So I think what is important also to say that when you add the rind to a broth, to a soup, is that you add less salt.
So
Because
these
by
are ready. I'm
adding
going to
it,
ask
you add
Marianne,
this taste.
Marianne to pass these around. Can we give an applause to Marianne as well, helping out? Thank you very much. Oh, ding! I heard it. Oh, look, I was not lying. It puffed. Under your eyes, ladies and gentlemen. Now you could give like another applause.
Oh,
Let's make
coming back
everybody
here.
else envious. There's lots of going
It's a
on
small
here,
spoon,
people.
you
There's
need
lots of
another
going
spoon.
on.
I thought my. So here, you're just going to be trying now all
Yeah,
the
the
little
rind.
nibbles. But what I want to also speak about is the fact that Grana Padano can be found in 3 different ages, from 9 to 16 months, which is the milkier, the creamier, the softer. The taste doesn't last so long, but it's still a very good cheese. It's very good for the gratin because it won't burn so much. Then we've got the 16 months, which basically the recipes have been done all with 16 months because Danilo likes the 16 months. And then there's the Riserva, which is over 20 months and has an extra quality branding. It gets fire branded again.
Is this the Reserva?
This is the Riserva. So
I
once,
can start to pass around.
Okay, thanks.
So I'm going to pass around some Grana Padano Riserva. So Riserva means that it's the one aged over 20 months.
And in
it-
this
it's
case,
not
it's
the one I'm using
24.
in my recipe. So I use the 16 months old for cooking, just because it's a little bit milder and it melts a bit better. But if I had to choose between the two aging just to nibble, I would go for the Reserva, definitely. Because it's richer, you know, it's nicer, part of the cheese board with a bit of honey.
And then with a nice good wine,
Nice good
strongish
wine.
wine. Let's say the 16 months is what I call the all-rounder. That's the one probably I've got more in the house, though my son prefers the Riserva, but then it's for nibbles. But to cook, I usually use the 16 months. You've got to also think that in 1 kilo of cheese, you need 15 liters of milk to make 1 kilo of cheese. So basically, in 30 grams, if you have another 2 pieces of this, it's like having a pint of milk. And it hasn't got any lactose. It's lactose-free, and it's very rich in mineral salts like calcium. 50 grams has got 600 milligrams of calcium, which is about 60% of what you need in a day, an adult.
That's a good point. So the risotto is on its way. Everybody, you guys had the piece of the puff rind? Did you guys like it? Who is going to make it at home? No. I seen it. I took inspiration from someone else. I was inspired, and then I took it upon myself to, to share with everybody else. But who's going to make the puff rind at home? Who is able to operate a microwave? Come on, guys. She's going to make it. You watched it.
For chefs, it also works mostly very well with a stronger one.
And have you guys tasted the Grana Padano, the cheese? You like that?
Have you got any questions on Grana Padano? Do you know how long must it age before it actually gets fire branded and checked for quality? Do you know that? So basically at 9 months of age.
That's why we're here.
Yeah.
That's why we're here.
At 9 months of age, all the wheels of cheese in these huge warehouses are checked one by one by our experts, and also an independent certification body. So that means it's not only us checking it, but someone that's independent that the Ministry of Agriculture has set to check us. So we check the producers and someone else checks us. And every wheel gets checked with a little hammer. This little hammer can sometimes cost over £6,000 if it's come from generation to generation. There's this friend of mine who's an expert. There's not that many of the experts in our consortium. His great-grandfather was already, and he's still got that hammer. And they keep on wanting to buy it from him, but of course he won't. And they all get checked, and if they are okay, they'll get fire branded with the Grana Padano mark. If you come down to our stall, your stand, you'll see the branding on the wheels. Unfortunately, I don't think this one has a bit of it, or probably it has. Yes, it's sort of half a lozenge. So then they are ready to be sold. If they don't pass the test, then it will be etched, it will be scratched all the way around, so you won't see the little lozenges. Because very important is when you buy Grana Padano is that you buy a piece that's got the rind on it. First of all, because you can use the rind, and second, because you know then it's the real thing.
I think that's
it's not just wrapped up.
Absolutely a great point about traceability, knowing your product, where it comes from. It's you're ensured that you're buying the right product. You buy the real deal.
I mean, don't buy a piece of cheese where there's written Grana Padano and you don't see a piece of rind in it. I wouldn't, because it might not be even Grana Padano. That's where we send actually inspectors abroad in supermarkets, spot checking what is there. The important thing, if you buy a piece that's vacuumed, that is both the Grana Padano logo and the PDO logo, which is the little red one as well. And that is for all products that are PDO. Do check. Even Parmigiano Reggiano, mozzarella di bufala campana. Once upon a time also Stilton was a PDO. You do have to have that, and you know you're going to get a better product than one that's just something that you don't know what it is. There's some checks behind from the milk. The milk gets checked from the farm itself up to the whole production phases. We've got spot checks of our inspectors that go and check the milk. And the milk that goes to each of the dairies, they've got inspectors in the house that check the milk that's coming in so that they know that there's no antibiotics in the milk or any defect in the milk. It will be just sent off. Sold for something else, but it never gets chucked. But it wouldn't go into the circuit of Grana Padano. Yes. I mean, both Grana Padano milkings, morning and evenings, they get partially skimmed by natural surfacing of the cream. The cream is then used to do butter and everything else. It doesn't get wasted or anything. And then it is used. And it has a maximum of 28-32%. Parmigiano Reggiano, for example, they use one milking, partially skimmed, and one full milk. So it's slightly more fat, and that is why it takes longer to age. So that's why we do it at 9 months, they do it at 12. So a 16 months one is like a Parmigiano Reggiano of 20, keeps on going like that. So 24 is like 30. That's the difference.
I think, Pamela, I've been working.
No? Va bene così? Tutto bene?
I've been working with you guys for quite a few years now, and
Since you were a baby.
since I couldn't cook. I was cooking like this. But I heard this story many times, and it's always great to know the production stages and everything. But what I think I took upon myself, and it's good that you talk about Parmigiano Reggiano too, is that a certain product should be called by its right name. It's Grana Padano. It's not Parmesan. And I know often everything is called Parmesan, but it shouldn't, because I believe in most cases when you go to supermarket and you're convinced, I say you are convinced, but this is general public, you're convinced that you buy Parmesan. In most cases, you're buying Grana Padano because it's the largest production that there
And
is.
that's so important for us that people start calling it by its right name, Grana Padano.
And also you have it.
It's like calling Stilton Gorgonzola. I mean, you don't. Stilton is Stilton. Gorgonzola is Gorgonzola. And it's two, I mean, we're cousins. Once the milk goes into the big cauldrons that have to have more than 1,000 liters of milk to produce 2 cheeses, it's the same process. But the milk is different, the area of production is different, and the feed is slightly different, so the milk has a different taste, and that's why ours, even if it's really aged, it will always have a sweeter note than a Parmigiano Reggiano. Theirs is tastier when it's very young, and ours is milder, more agreeable, it's got umami, but it doesn't sort of, it doesn't tickle. Yeah, it stays mild. You tried it.
It's great. You guys okay? Risotto is almost ready. Risotto takes a while.
Oh, you have got a bigger spoon, because I was going mad with that small spoon.
I know, I'm sorry. I was teasing you. I was teasing you with a little spoon.
I thought my sleeves were going to go in it.
So we're nearly there with the risotto. We just added figs. So I took the figs. When they're ripe, I don't even peel them. I just wash them and chop them up. I leave the skin on, but chopped. So it will give a bit of color to the rice as well. Going to be a bit more prettier for you guys. So figs in, we are almost there. So the figs they're going to cook just a couple of minutes. It will give a nice sweeter note. And then, as soon as it's ready, we're going to go in with some balsamic vinegar. That's why I did not add any wine to the risotto yet. Because traditionally you would, almost every risotto recipe has wine. But on this occasion, because I'm finished the cooking with balsamic vinegar that has, yes, a sweeter note, but also a good hint of acidity, I'm not using the wine. That's the main reason why you use wine in risotto, is for the acidic note.
Otherwise, do you want to just carry it
So I'm
around?
using balsamic vinegar on this occasion because I think it goes very well with the figs and with the cheese. In fact, it's quite common in Italy to taste cheese with balsamic vinegar and figs with balsamic vinegar. And they all go well together, so why not try to make a recipe out of it? And as a matter of fact, it's a new recipe and will be very soon on granapadano.it website or on my social media channel if you want to follow me, at Danilo Cortellini or at Granapadano PDO. You can find us on Instagram, TikTok, everywhere. I'm not Snapchat because I'm too old for that. But aside from that, I'm everywhere.
And then they've got
Let's see how the risotto is doing.
Maybe it's easier like that, and just ask if they want, please. Yeah? Well, they've got their own.
Let's say, do you guys have any other question? Because I need to buy a couple of minutes for this. Anybody has any question?
Any cooking questions?
It could be any question, in
producer
general.
questions?
The hazelnuts are just going to be on top. If is there anybody that doesn't want nuts, just let me know. The hazelnuts.
Exactly.
Toasted
I
hazelnut.
always have it without. I mean, he did give me a portion without, so that's only toasted on top. So,
Toasted
just
hazelnuts,
anybody
yeah.
that wants it plain.
And the rocket salad on top. I just made a sauce out of rocket salad. I blended with olive oil and lots of Grana Padano. So it's like a pesto, but without the nuts, the garlic, and everything else.
Yes.
And let's give an applause to Alessia mixing the risotto instead of me. She's doing the hard job.
With small spoons.
With small spoons, yes. I'm from the south of Italy. And I was trained in the north, in restaurants in the north of Italy. So in Italy, in the south, you don't make lots of risotto. It's not traditional.
Shall I move these?
Yes, a little bit. So I didn't really know. I mean, I thought I knew how to make risotto, but then I got I got to the north of Italy where I was trained. I was very young, working in restaurants over there. And they told, well, first they taught me hard how to make risotto. But they tell me on the first time, risotto will make you wait, but it doesn't know how to wait when it's ready. So now you have to wait a little bit longer, but when it's ready, we have to be quick, and we will serve it to you.
Yes, what are you looking? No, it's only those. They have to take them with their fingers or with a thing. So we
And true to be told, you know, we started right on time, even though I'm Italian. I should have been a little bit late. I'm going to be late with the finishing, just, you know, to keep these stereotypes alive. Che dici? Ti piace? È buono? Now there is a picture-worthy moment. Gonna drop the risotto inside the Grana Padano wheel. Where's it gone? The towel.
What you looking for?
Va bene, facciamo sentire. Now, just casually, a pot of rice is going into a wheel of cheese. Again, this recipe
Rebecca?
don't need a wheel of cheese. If you want to do it at home, you can do just 2 portions.
There. Photo.
Can I go? Should we do like 3, 2, 1, go?
No, just
3,
wait a minute. Could you wait
2,
for Rebecca?
1.
It takes a picture.
Okay, I'm waiting for Rebecca. Let's do it again. 3, 2,
2,
1,
1.
go. Ole. Now some balsamic vinegar. Alessia, can you keep going a little bit further? Just keep mixing slowly and nicely. Just a little bit of butter. When chef says a little bit of butter, usually he gets me. It usually means a lot. But I'm trying to be careful with all these phones over here. Little bit, I don't know. Is it enough? Is it enough? Is it too much? It's a lot of rice.
Same.
It looks a lot of butter, but
Be
it's not.
generous.
I'm generous, yes. Little bit of cheese, just a little bit. Look, Alessia, how gentle he is with the rice. She's caressing the risotto because we don't want the grains to split. We don't want to break the grains. That's important. You know, Italian food, it's all about simplicity. But simplicity doesn't mean that it has to be easy. I mean, it doesn't have to be complicated, but it's all about the good produce and, you know, the right care into what you're doing. It makes a difference, at least in my opinion.
Yeah, they're difficult to. Non sono facili da togliere. Sto facendo del mio meglio.
Grazie, grazie Pamela.
Has any of you tried already a fig risotto?
Tastes nice. No, easy, let's. Don't get too much involved. It's just a pot of rice.
Then if you come with the tray when they're ready, you can distribute.
I know, I'll make you wait a lot, but it's worth it. Yes, finishing touches. I want it to be perfect. Plus, again, it's the final session. There's no one after us. We can have risotto. Has anybody brought wine?
I don't want them to stick again. It was difficult.
Anybody brought wine? Tequila? There's too much?
I think the people in front, we probably can. The people in front, I can just probably give.
Tu che fai? Fai i piatti? O faccio io i piatti? Fai tu? To sbrodoli. Okay. Should we go? Picture moment. We need to hold up. How can I hold this up? Look at me. Gonna try. Alessia, give me a hand. Oh, like this? Should we smile as well?
That's enough, that's enough.
Be careful,
that's enough.
be careful. This is a full workout session.
It's all I need is a river of risotto coming down.
We go the extra mile for Grana Padano. And for you guys, the extra mile. So there's the rocket salad sauce going on top and some hazelnut. You know, rocket salad can even be just leaf. You don't have to make a sauce, but for us, when we do a lot, it's a bit much more practical to just make a sauce.
You wanted a portion without? Oh, you have them. Okay. I thought I understood you didn't want the hazelnuts.
Now that you got to taste it, make sure you make a lot of noise, like we need to make everybody else envious. Everybody else need to think, oh, what's happening over there?
I'm sure there's seconds for you if you want. Yeah, thanks. No, that's without. It's got hazelnuts missing.
Look what a team effort over here.
You want one too? It's risotto with figs and hazelnuts and rucola. I think the front row have had it, so.
We'll get to everyone.
How many more? Two? Just put the forks in and.
Oh, come ti permetti.
That's enough, I think.
So the risotto will have a slightly sweet note.
The yellow
to
one
it,
or the.
but it shouldn't be over powerful. Well, I hope. Oh, we finished the plates.
Sorry? Have you tried? I used to be a waitress. Sorry? I don't know. I think. Do you want to go to around the stands or something? Or people back there? Do you want one?
I'm going to take them round.
Okay, great. I don't know.
I've got snacks.
No. Take them. Eat them.
Be careful with the other plates because they're a bit wobbly. Is everyone being fed? Everyone seated being fed? You guys enjoyed it? It's nice, good
anybody else
enough?
missing?
I know someone have waited a couple of hours for this risotto. Was it worth the wait?
This is really wonky.
Double up on the plates.
Okay.
There's plenty.
What do you mean?
Put another plate underneath it. Make it more
Oh,
rigid.
I don't know if they are.
We finished the plates. I have no more plates.
Oh.
If the guys here have... Do you have some spare plates? They have some paper plates.
I can take the rest.
I don't know,
No,
but I
I'll
don't think
finish
it's
all.
enough here.
Everyone on the tables have had them.
Sorry.
Ma lo mangi?
Look. Liberiamo
Would
un
you
paio
like
di
one?
piatti, vedi dove sono le croste.
Careful, put underneath.
So silence,
like
silence
seconds?
is good. It means that you're eating, that you're enjoying it.
I think the two chefs would like some seconds.
Would you like second helping? Yeah. So a chi devo darlo.
Yeah?
I don't know who you're going to. Don't you want some yourself?
So guys, if you enjoy it, I ask you one last thing. Can you give a big round of applause to Pamela, to Alessia, to all the team here? And make sure
Well,
when you go to supermarkets, Grana Padano, check the rind, follow us on social media at Grana Padano PDO, at Danilo Cortellini. Thank you very much.
and I hope you will not waste anything of it now. So you know how to use even the rind. Thank you.